The goal of this video is going to try and get some of the sniping kills I need to get towards 1,000 kills on all sniper rifles. However, I'm kind of bad at snipers still to this day, and I can only get better, so there's only one way to really get better, and that's to actually use some sniper rifles. Instead of using a normal sniper scope, I kind of wanted to try some iron sights on my sniper rifles for a little bit. Try out maybe even some red dots or something of the sort as well. I just kind of want to see how it feels. Not to mention, I normally quickscope most of the time anyways, so it's fine with me to figure out what's going on here. What? What just happened? Wait a second. I didn't expect all of this to happen. Hold up. Having high ADS speed on sniper rifles has been one of my favorite things ever, and the K14 is by far still my favorite sniper rifle in the game. Of course, you guys want my setup. Here it is at the top right. Love this K14 setup currently so far. I can't say that this is genuinely my go-to setup, but it's by far one of the more fun ones I've played with because of how fast the ADS is. I mean, look at this. That's the ADS speed. So nice. Now, I have a few topics I want to talk about in this video, but of course, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how much energy I want to put into my videos. If you guys didn't watch my most recent bad business video, I would highly recommend it, only because some of the topics I talk about in that video in particular, I feel as if were very important to understand exactly what I mean by energy in this video. I just don't want to repeat myself and get into it again, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you guys watch that video. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Zero to Hero series that exists on my channel for both Phantom Forces and Bad Business. The reason why I even want to talk about these two things is because I've been saying that I'm going to return those series very soon on my channel. However, the reason why they haven't exactly showed up on my channel recently is because of the fact that I'm not ready for me to return to them just yet. They're coming back eventually, very soon, but they're not here yet because I'm essentially waiting for me to get off of my eye surgery that's coming up here very soon. So for the time being, I'm kind of just grinding and enjoying myself for a little bit up until the point where I have to go in for my second eye surgery, since I already went through one of them. I have to go through the other one though because, well, I had a keratoconus in both of my eyes. So yeah, only one eye is done with its surgery, and I'm gonna have to go in for the second one. But anyway, I'm waiting for that, so it's probably gonna come back roughly around mid-January to February, something like that. Hopefully it can come sooner than later because I really want to do the Zero to Hero series again because I really liked doing it. It was kind of just a nice experience for me to just try hard with the good old starter guns and just be a low level all over again. There's something about returning to my roots that just feels extremely fun whenever it comes to trying to grind. No, beginning levels, please. There we go. Hello. All right. Why? I'm just glad that I'm able to give myself a little bit more time to just sit here and grind a little bit and get used to some of these weapons and stuff, because I feel as if I was struggling with sniper rifles for a little while, but I feel like ever since I started to force myself to grind the more semi-auto type of weapons, whether it be full action, DMR, rifle, marksman rifle, whatever, across all the first-person shooter games I play, I feel like it's only given me an opportunity to get better and better at playing with these sniper rifles. And the reason why I feel as if it's important for me to learn how to play with an iron sight sniper rifle is because then I start to make sure that I have my enemies in the center of my crosshair, so that way I can quick scope better. But even then, I'm not sure how I'm doing. Oh dear. I'm just glad that I could update you guys about the whole Zero to Hero series, because man, I really want it to happen. So it's coming. It's just gonna be a while. Mid-January to February. The next thing I want to talk about is setups and why it's so hard for me personally to make them in Phantom Forces. And it really just comes down to the recoil system in Phantom Forces. Also, maybe we should try and go for the sniper scope and just see how it feels. The ADS time does get significantly reduced whenever this is equipped though. We might as well try it out a little bit. I said significantly reduced, but still ADS is this fast. But anyways, for any of those of you who do not know how the recoil system in Phantom Forces works, it's all RNG based in a way. I would say majority of the time it's RNG based, although it's very easy to aim in this game and it's really easy to handle the recoil as long as you have an idea of what you're doing. For example, if you were to use a fully automatic weapon and you're just going to spray and pray until hopefully your enemy dies or something, you're going to be in this one sort of situation where... Get off of me. You're going to be in this one situation where you have the first initial bullet, like that, right? And then after the first initial bullet or two, maybe it could be even 3 bullets, whatever it is, The first initial bullet will get you to like where your overall recoil is going to be. And it could be like one bullet down here, and then the rest of your actual recoil is going to be right in that circular area. It could be a circle, it could be a square, it depends on what type of weapon you're using, but it's all RNG based. And the reason why it's so difficult to sometimes figure out setups for... Why did my entire screen go black for a second there? That was interesting. Alright, well, I can't aim if my scope goes black. But the reason why that makes life a little bit more difficult with the setups that I want to create for this game is because it essentially makes it to where all the attachments that you're putting onto your gun are trying its best to reduce the amount of RNG that you get on your gun. Your gun can spin in a rotation like this, or it can go from side to side, up or down, depending on how the gun works and the way that its stats are. And then that recoil on the wall can be different, and then your gun can bounce up and down as well. Not only that, but you can also worry about bullet velocity and how fast you ADS, things like that. And that is why it makes it so difficult for me to figure out a full-on setup for my guns in Phantom Forces. Eventually, I do want to learn how to make my setups really good, so I will definitely go out of my way one of these days to do that. It's just, it's going to take me a while for me to even get into that. It's probably going to be around the time where I actually do finally fully recover from my eye surgery that I have to go through. There's just no reason for me to get into it too much right now. I'd rather relax. I'd rather just grind and just enjoy myself before the eye surgery. And after my eye surgery, I have to get myself back into tip-top shape all over again. And then I will go ahead and feel free to do the 0 to hero stuff, as well as the setups that I want to create. And the reason why this might even matter, because most of you guys might not even care about my setup sheet or whatever, is it just matters to me as a person who is passionate about using the best of the best weapons I can possibly create, and knowing that I was the person that created the setup that I am using. Even if I'm not the original creator, if I discovered it on my own, there's some sort of like achievement there that you can give yourself. It's like a pat on the back almost. I just want to be able to say that I am using a setup that I discovered, and I want to feel as if I can do that for any setup and then put it onto a setup sheet, which is a Google sheet, and then give that to you guys. Of course, as of right now, though, I don't have my own Phantom Forces spreadsheet. I am currently just using another person's called Spezzy, and their spreadsheet has been pretty wonderful for every gun that isn't a sniper rifle so far. For example, all the guns I've used that are not snipers were all on Spezzy's sheet. And then I tried using some of Spezzy sniper rifles, and they might be nice. It's just I like to be flashy, and the setups over there weren't letting me do that too much. I will say I'm doing horrible right now. Every time that I peek my head out, it feels like I'm just getting obliterated. I feel like I should have just been using an automatic weapon, but that's not the point of this video. There's only one way for me to get better with snipers, and that's to use them. Oh, that flick was nasty. I can be decent with snipers sometimes, just not all the time. Overall, though, I will say that I've really been enjoying playing a bunch of different Roblox first-person shooters as it is, and I plan on playing more and more of them, but it really comes down to how much free time I have, because lately I haven't been having too much free time. Although, ooh, when I do get more... Please, why? Every time, man. Why? That was such a nice multi-kill, too. But I just don't have a lot of free time, and I'm too busy grinding other games at the moment, especially games that are outside of Roblox. So, I don't regularly play Roblox at the moment, but once my grinds are close to done or completely done over on other games, such as Modern Warfare 2, I probably will come back to doing a whole bunch of different grinds on Roblox games. Especially Phantom Forces and Bad Business, because there's a lot for me to get done in both of these. Especially given the fact that I need to get 1,000 kills on all the primary weapons in Phantom Forces, which is not an easy task in particular. And I might also want to increase that in the future, because I think it could be a fun grind and a fun challenge for myself. But leaving it at 1,000 kills on each weapon at the moment, I feel like is not a bad number to try and achieve. Although I'll admit, I definitely need to start doing the worst weapons. The weapons that are a little bit more hard to use and get kills on, and get those done first and foremost before I go on to the easier weapons that I know for a fact that I could definitely perform with. I'm still trying to figure out the balance between my energies whenever I record. It's not an easy task, but I feel like every time that I do a recording where I try to balance it out, I get incrementally better every single time that I do a recording, so it's nice. I also just realized that this K14 has, what was it? It was 10 bullets in a magazine, and of course you get one in the chamber, so 11 bullets. That is really good, actually. Why is that the case? I kind of want to use a Remington 700 and see how we do with that, but of course with a different style on it this time around. These irons look terrible. I don't think I can go irons on this one. Like, the default irons I don't like. I will just take my half ring sight again. Okay, I built this entirely for ADS speed. I kind of want to see how this feels. I don't have confidence that this is going to be a great sniper, but you know what? We're going to try it and see if it feels decent at the very least. I'm also thinking about using red dots instead of iron sights because I think that irons are neat and all, but they don't work with my brain as well as red dots do, because red dots, there's like, you know, a dot on the enemy that you can shoot, so maybe we'll do that instead. That iron sight I was using, the half ring sight, it covered too much of the enemy depending on how far away they were, and I do not like that. I want to be able to see my enemy, like that guy right there, and I want to be able to hit him a couple times. Fair enough, I guess. Okay, I'm going to use the Delta sight instead, I think, because this is actually looking really nice. I'm starting to think that I genuinely shouldn't have swapped off of my scope. I should have just stuck to the sniper scope because I'm a little bit more accurate with that, but also at the same time, ADS speed is so nice. But then again, if I got good with red dots and stuff, I think it would actually be better than a sniper scope. I just got to get used to shooting at people at long range, I guess. I just struggle with sniper rifles and anything that's supposed to be one-shot kill weapons, but that is kind of the reason why I wanted to force myself to use these weapons, because they're the more difficult ones and I want to get the more difficult ones done first, as well as it will help me get better at using them overall anyway. No way, I just got a triple kill headshot only. I got a quad feed? No! Okay, a triple headshot with a quad feeder at the end. Okay, nice. I'm not doing too bad at sniping today. The only downside about the barrel that I'm currently using, though, is that the bullet velocity is worse. And that's not really ideal on sniper rifles because I like to just point my gun at an enemy, shoot, and then watch it obliterate my opponent. But, you know, I guess I'll just have to aim a little bit higher. I will say now, though, I'm finding it difficult to compete at longer ranges with these type of sniper rifles that I'm building. And that's probably because of the fact that I have worse bullet velocity as well as I don't actually have a sniper scope. But I think I'm just overthinking it and I can just get used to it. It's not like I'm doing terrible, so it just takes a little bit of time, I think. I waited there for 5 years at least for you to peek that, good sir. Man, this makes me wonder now if I'm gonna even start using red dots on that business sniping or other game sniping for that matter too, because I really like scopes. I love how flashy they are, but I perform way better with red dots by the looks of it. You know what? We should just try it. We should just go for a scope and see how we do for a little bit. Maybe an ACOG could be the best, because I kind of want to figure out a way to make the sniper rifle as applicable in all combat scenarios as possible. But the only way that really sounds applicable in my mind sounds like it might be ACOG. Also, I just noticed, why do I have so much sway whenever I'm doing this? Is there another advanced stat that I didn't even realize exists in Phantom Forces where it determines how much sway you have on a scope? Maybe I should just stick to red dot. You know what? Scopes are not it for me on this, apparently. I'm going to try the ACOG. A 4X should not be too bad. Nice movement there. I respect it, but it looked really goofy, man. Okay, honestly, ACOG might be it. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to, but I think 4X scope has been it so far. I've been really liking that. Either way, I have to go ahead and figure it out on my own time, but honestly, I mean, it looks goofy, but it worked. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We also got 281 kills on the K14 now, as well as 575 on the Remington 700, which means we're halfway done to be done with the R700, and then we're going to be on the SVU, which I've heard good things about. I've seen good things about, so hopefully this will be fun for me. And the K14 was just because, I mean, I love the sniper rifle. It's really fun for me. But without further ado, I can't wait to see all of you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!